Hello friends, how are you? I'm Gopal Desai here and happy to send you offline videos for your better understanding, right? So whatever the concepts that you can't understand during the online sessions, you can see and understand, right? Through the offline videos. Now, see, uh, here we do have a title: India, Location, Geological Structure and Physiography 2. So in this chapter, actually this chapter is not in a syllabus, right? But I'm happy to send you the offline video because rest of the chapters, that means 15 to 21, are linked chapters with each other. So if we miss lesson number 14, then it's very hard for you to understand the next chapter. Okay, so the landform, first let's see the title, right? So India, so where India's location, where India is in the world, right? ભારતનું સ્થાન દુનિયામાં ક્યાં છે, એ કેટલા લોંગિટ્યુડ અને લેટિટ્યુડ ઉપર આવેલું છે. જીઓલોજિકલ સ્ટ્રક્ચર્સ, દેટ મીન્સ ભારતમાં, ઇન્ડિયામાં કેટલા પ્લેન્સ છે, કેટલા પ્લેટુસ છે, કેટલા માઉન્ટેન્સ છે, બરાબર. એન્ડ ફિઝિયોગ્રાફી મીન્સ, રાઈટ, ફિઝિયોગ્રાફી ઇન્ક્લુડ્સ right, mountains, volcanic, then plateau, desert, so types of lands, right? So this is the title. Are you happy with the clarifications of the title, right? If yes, then it's okay, otherwise you can ring me. The landform which is irregular and has some altitude on the surface of the earth is called physiography. It includes mountain, plateaus, plains, etc., right? So the landform which is altitude, high altitude, right, on the surface of the earth. Altitude means height, बराबर, ऊंचाई. तो the landform is higher than the sea level, that is called, right, physiography, and that includes mountain, plateaus, plains, etc. Okay, so we do have a different types of landforms, right? Plateau, valley, foothills, glaciers, gorge, rivers, cap, port, creek, tributary, lake, delta, plains, peninsula, islands, oceans, right? Sea, coast, basin, mountain, origin, estuary, river, dune, gulf, oasis, desert, then piedmont, plateau, volcano, etc., etc. Okay, I have clarified you all the doubts, right, and defined all the land types. So I hope that you may happy. If you are unable to understand any of these land types, right, then call me. Now, forms of relief features, okay, that's a figure about. So the first figure 14.1, forms of relief features, is about different types of land. On the basis of physiography, India can be divided into the following physiographic regions: northern mountain regions, Great Northern Plains, Peninsular Plateau, the coastal plains, and archipelagos. So here the map is given, right? See, all the dark color, right? All the dark color. See, the northeast boundary is Himalaya, and the dark color, right? Brown dark color given in the map are, right, are high altitude lands, બરાબર. તો તમે મેપમાં જુઓ તો તમને ખબર પડશે કે કાશ્મીરથી લઈને અરુણાચલ પ્રદેશ સુધી જે બાઉન્ડ્રીઝ બતાવી છે એ હિમાલય રિજન્સ છે, જે હાઈ અલ્ટિટ્યુડ રિજન છે, અને એની અંદર, રાઈટ, એનું જે લેન્ડફોર્મ લેવલ છે એ બહુ જ ઊંચું છે. સો અને જે મેપની અંદર દેખાય છે, બરાબર, થોડા થોડા જે ડોટ્સ છે, બરાબર, ગ્રીન કલર્ડ નહીં, પણ રાઈટ બ્રાઉન કલર, ડાર્ક અને લાઇટ, તો એ શું છે, રાઈટ, હાઈ અલ્ટિટ્યુડ લેન્ડ છે. અને જે લાઇન્સ દેખાય છે, દેટ્સ અ માઉન્ટેન રેન્જીસ. સો ધીસ ઇઝ વોટ ઇન્ડિયન ફિઝિયોગ્રાફી. નાવ northern mountain regions, right? So let's talk about the northern mountain regions. This is an important natural regions of India. It's known as the Himalaya mountain system, spread over 2,400 km in west-east direction in the north. It has an arc shape. Its width ranges between 214 km to 320 kilometers. The Himalaya is not a single mountain, but it's a complex of many mountain ranges. Going towards east from Afghanistan, it extends up to Myanmar via India, Nepal and Bhutan. It has more span in Tibet, the north. In the north, it's part of the mountain system known as a Pamir North. Himalaya on the whole can be divided into two divisions. So let's a general understanding about Himalayas, right? So it's spread over 2,400 kilometers, right? And in the west-east direction. So Himalaya પહોળાઈ કેટલી છે 2,400 kilometers in west-east, right? And width is, right? Width is 214 km to 320 kilometers, right? So એની જે હિમાલયની 3 રેન્જીસ છે, ફર્સ્ટ રેન્જ, સેકન્ડ રેન્જ, થર્ડ રેન્જ, અને એની જે પહોળાઈ છે એ 240 to 320 kilometers. So it starts from Afghanistan and ends to Myanmar. Okay, so there are two parts of two divisions of Himalaya, northern Himalaya and eastern Himalaya. Now let's talk about northern Himalaya. And most Himalaya parts is in Tibet. Most Himalaya part is in Tibet. Now northern Himalaya regions. There are three mountain ranges parallel to each other. The northern ranges is called the Greater Himalayas. This is the loftiest range among the Himalayas, wherein there are more than 400 peaks, which exceeds height of 7,000 meters. Most famous among them is Mount Everest, which is 8,848 meters high. It is on Nepal-China border. It is known as Sagarmatha in Tibet. Other famous peak is Godwin Austen or K2, 8,611 meters, which is the highest peak of India. There are three distinct ranges in Himalayas which are almost parallel to each other. In the Greater Himalayas, there are some high mountain passes such as Jelapla, Nathula, Sipkila. Mansarovar, which is considered to be the sacred holy place, is located in this range. Now like to know, Mount Everest, height of Mount Everest is 8,848 meters, K2 8,611 meters, Kanchenjunga 8,598 meters, Makalau 8,481 meters, Dhavalgiri 8,198 meters, Annapurna 8,017 meters. Second range in the south of the Greater Himalaya is also spread in a wider area. It is called Central Himalaya or Lesser Himalaya, with a width ranging from 80 to 100 kilometers. This range includes mountain ranges like Pir Panjal, Mahabharat, Nagtiba. Many hill stations have developed in this moderately high range. Some of these hill stations are Dalhousie, Dharamsala, Simla, Mussoorie, Ranikhet, Almoda, Nainital, Darjeeling, Gangotri, Yamunotri, Badrinath, Kedarnath, Hemkund, Sahib, etc. are famous holy places. Kulu, Kangda and Kashmir are extremely beautiful natural valleys in this region. Now third range is situated in further south, is known as Shivalik Outer Himalaya, and most of it falls within India. It is about 10 to 15 km wide and has an average height of 1,000 meters. Peculiar valley formations have taken place in this range, which are covered by gravel, stones and thick sediments. Locally, these are known as DUN, Dehradun, Patlidam and Kotharidam, etc. So if we start to talk about northern Himalaya regions, right, then see total 40 peaks are there, right. Northern Himalaya region છે જે સ્ટાર્ટ થાય છે કાશ્મીરથી, right, and ends to Uttar Pradesh, ends to Uttar Pradesh. So in that regions, total 40 peaks are there, right? And Mount Everest, right, is there in northern Himalaya. નોર્ધન હિમાલયમાં માઉન્ટ એવરેસ્ટ છે, ગોડવિન, ઓસ્ટિન છે, K2 છે, બરાબર છે, સાગરમઠા છે, બરાબર. આ બધા પીક્સ આવેલા છે નોર્ધન હિમાલયમાં, જેની એવરેજ હાઇટ એબોવ 800 છે, જે તમારા ટેબલમાં લાઇક ટુ નોનું જે ટાઇટલ છે એમાં આપેલી છે. નાવ 40 પીક્સ આર ધેર એન્ડ માનસરોવર ઇઝ ધેર, રાઈટ. તો 40 પીક્સ છે અને માનસરોવર છે. સી ઇફ વી સ્ટાર્ટ ટુ ટોક અબાઉટ means other good things about northern side of Himalaya, then hill stations are there, right, and ranges are there. Hill stations are there and ranges are there, having a width of 80 to 100 kilometers, right, and the name of that ranges are Pir Panjal, Mahabharat, Nagtiba, right. તો આ ત્રણ રેન્જીસ છે. રેન્જીસ એટલે પર્વત જોડે પર્વત, પર્વત જોડે પર્વત, પર્વત જોડે પર્વત, એને રેન્જીસ કહેવાય. એન્ડ ટ્રાય ઇફ યુ વોન્ટ ટુ see with the better understanding, go to the YouTube and see the video about the Himalaya ranges in northern side, then you will get a better understanding. So hill stations are Dalhousie, Dharamsala, Simla, Mussoorie, Ranikhet, Almoda, नैनीताल, दार्जिलिंग, गंगोत्री, यमुनोत्री, बद्रीनाथ, केदारनाथ, हेमकुंड साहिब are the hill stations, right. Then third range is situated in a further south is known as Sivalik. Sivalik નામની પણ રેન્જીસ છે, એની એવરેજ હાઇટ છે, રાઈટ, 1000 મીટર્સ અને width છે 10 to 15 કિલોમીટર્સ. ઓકે, સો this is talked about what about northern Himalaya. Now eastern Himalaya ranges situated in the eastern part of Himalayas ranges have lesser height. Some of them are more famous as hills. These hills in eastern Himalayas are spread as smaller ranges. Among them, Patkai Hills are situated in Arunachal Pradesh, Naga Hills in Nagaland, Lusai Hills in Mizoram. These hills are located near the eastern border and have their continuations in Arkan Yoma ranges of Myanmar. Garo, Khasi and Jainitia hills are in Meghalaya. Mountain regions have more rainfall, so dense forests have developed here. As this is a forest area, roads and railways have not developed much. Okay, now same thing is there, right, in eastern Himalayas. Eastern Himalaya પણ સેમ જ થિંગ છે કે ત્યાં પણ હિલ્સ ને એ બધું આવેલું છે, બરાબર છે, એન્ડ નેમ્સ આર ગિવન ફોર ધ ફેમસ હિલ્સ, રાઈટ, એન્ડ ધીસ આર right. So these are Patkai Hills in Arunachal Pradesh, Naga Hills in Nagaland, Lusai, Mizo Hills in Mizoram, right, and some of the hill stations are there. So if you talked about northern and eastern Himalayas, you must keep in mind the well-known hills, then width range, then length range, right, then average height and famous hill stations, etc. Nothing more than that. Great Northern Plains, right. So before talking to go to northern plains, I would like to tell you, right, I would like to tell you about the plains. So let's see. Plains means a surface or level land, બરાબર. The very simple definition of plain is surface or level land, કે surface અથવા level land ને plain કહેવાય. This northern plain is located between the northern mountain regions and the southern peninsulas. This plain is formed due to the alluvial sediments brought by Himalayan rivers such as Sutlej, Ganga and Brahmaputra. At some places, the layers of the sediments are about 50 meters thick. As this plain occupied very large area in North India, these are known as Great Plains of Northern India. The plain is about 2,400 kilometers long. It is considered as one of the largest plains of the world. Its western part is narrower than the eastern part. The plain is almost a level land. None of its part is higher than 180 meters from sea level. The plain is very narrow near Delhi. The Setlat plain lies to the west of Delhi, while the Ganga plain is in the east. This plain is considered to be the most prosperous region of India. Important cities such as Delhi, Kanpur, Lucknow, Allahabad, right? Presently, Allahabad is known as named as Prayagraj. Varanasi, Patna, Kolkata are situated in this plain. Sindhu River and its tributaries Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi, Beas, and Sitlaj originate in Himalayas. Generally, a region between two rivers is called Doab. Du means two and Eb means water. Thus, the plain which is formed by five rivers is called Punjab. Most of this plain is in Pakistan. On the basis of physiography, the plain is divided into four parts: Babar, Tarai, Bangar, Kandar. A small and narrow belt of gravels and stones lies parallel to the river from Sindhu up to Tista River in Sivalik foothills. This belt is almost 8 to 16 km wide. It is called Babar. The Tarai regions, which is more humid and marshy, comes next. Dense forest and diversified wildlife are seen here. The old alluvium in the plains is called Bangar. Due to consistent depositions, it develops a terrace shape which is at higher level than flood plains. The new sediments of the flood is called Khadar. Now, I would like to tell you what is plain. So, as I told you, plain means right a surface land. एकदम समतल जमीन होय એને plain કહેવાય. So, in India, the plains are lies in northern side of India. Okay, and the alluvial soil, right, or alluvial sediments એટલે કે જે કંઈ નાના નાના રેતીના કણો ને માટીના કણો હિમાલયન રિવર પોતાની જોડે લઈને આવે છે અને એ જે બિહાર, ઉત્તર પ્રદેશ, પંજાબ, હરિયાણા, બરાબર, એ જે પ્રદેશો છે એની અંદર એ નાનો જે કામ હિમાલયની નદીઓ લઈને આવે છે, બરાબર છે. એ હિમાલયની નદીઓના નામ છે સતલજ, ગંગા, બ્રહ્મપુત્ર, દેન જમુના, રાઈટ, નર્મદા. આ બધી હિમાલયના રિવર્સની ટ્રિબ્યુટરીઝ પણ છે અને મેઇન રિવર્સ પણ છે, બરાબર. સતલજ, જેલમ, એક્સેટ્રા એક્સેટ્રા. So they carried lots of alluvial sediments with them, and that deposited in the land area, and that right and that deposited alluvial sediments, right, create a plains. બરાબર, તો એનાથી પ્લેન્સ થાય છે. એકદમ ના થઈ જાય પણ હજારો એમ કે લાખો વર્ષ લાગે આ પ્રોસેસને. હવે એ જીઓગ્રાફિકલ changes is there, right? So with the passage of time, so it takes thousands and thousands, or better to say million years, right? So that kind of frame is there, and we find the northern plains in Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Haryana, Punjab, Delhi, right? Some parts of lower part of Jammu and Kashmir, then Madhya Pradesh too, right? So this is what plains. This land is very fertile land, productive land with the agriculture purpose, right? So India, it helps a lot in Indian GDP too. So this is what about plain. Okay, so actually there are four parts of plains, right? Or we can divide plains into four divisions: Babar, Tarai, Bangar, and Khadar. Okay, so keep in mind. And average height, there is means no part in the plains that is above 180 meters than the sea level. પ્લેનનો કોઈ પણ પાર્ટ્સ 180 મીટરથી ઊંચો નથી સી લેવલથી. ઓકે, સો દેટ્સ વોટ અબાઉટ પ્લેન્સ. નાવ થર્ડ પોઈન્ટ, peninsular plateau, right? So plateau means a mountain range in a simple language. So this is the oldest regions of India. This regions appears as inverted triangle. Its average height is about 600 to 900 meters. Its northern part slopes towards northern east, which is evident from the flow of Chambal, Son and Damodar rivers. The southern part slopes towards southeast. Most of its area is in south, hence it's also called southern plateau. As it's surrounded by sea on its three sides, it is called a peninsular plateau. Peninsular plateau can be divided into two parts, Malwa plateau and Deccan plateau. Okay, so you may be all aware about the hills and mountain ranges, right? That starts by Idars and ends to Rajasthan in North India, and you may be aware in the with the hills on the way to ટેમ્પલ ઓફ સાઈ બાબા. બરાબર, તમે જ્યારે સાઈબાબાના દર્શન કરવા જાઓ છો ત્યાં પણ હિલ્સ તમને જોવા મળતા હશે. અને અંબાજી જાઓ તો ઈડરથી હિલ્સ જોવા મળે જે રાજસ્થાન સુધી જાય, ઉદયપુર જયપુર સુધી. તો એ જે હિલ્સ છે દેટ ઇઝ માલ પ્લેટુ. સો નોર્ધન પ્લેટુ એન્ડ માલવા પ્લેટુ. ઓકે, સો લેટ્સ સાઉથ સાઈડ છે એ ડિકેન પ્લેટુ કહેવાય છે અને નોર્થ સાઈડ છે એ માલવા પ્લેટુ કહેવાય છે. નાવ Aravalli range is situated to the northwest part of Malwa Plateau. Aravalli is one of the oldest ranges in the world. It is a folded mountain. Mount Abu is the famous hill station on this range. It's a very beautiful and pleasant. Guru Shikhar is its highest peak and it is 1722 meters high. To the south of these regions, the river Chambal and Betwa emerging from Vindhyachal flow northwards and meet river Yamuna, while river Son flows northwards and meets river Ganga. It can be known from the direction of the river flow that region slopes northwards. The northeastern parts of this central uplands is known as Bundelkhand. Beside this, rivers Luni and Banas also originated in the Aravalli ranges in the northeast. These rivers vanish in the run of Kutch, while Sabarmati and Mahi rivers meet the Gulf of Khambhat. From the flow of these rivers, it can be ascertained that the western part of Malwa Plateau slopes towards southwest. Rajmahal Hills and Shillong Plateau are a part of Chota Nagpur Plateau, which also includes Ranchi Plateau. Okay, now plateau, you may be clear with the plateau, right? So there are rivers, slopes. સ્લોપ એટલે ઢાળ કેવો છે, બરાબર? આ માલવા પ્લેટુ જે નોર્ધન સાઈડ છે એનો ઢાળ કેવો છે, તો દેટ ઇઝ નોર્થ ટુ સાઉથ, એટલે એનો ઢાળ છે નોર્થ ટુ સાઉથ, બરાબર છે? એટલે જે રિવર્સ છે, બરાબર, જે માલવા પ્લેટુમાંથી જનરેટ થાય છે, ફોર એક્ઝામ્પલ સાબરમતી, રાઈટ, દેટ પાસીસ થ્રુ અહમેદાબાદ એન્ડ મીટ ઇન બે ઓફ કેમ્બે, બરાબર? તો સાબરમતીનો ફ્લો તમે જોઈ શકશો કે નોર્થ ગુજરાતમાં રહી અને સીધી બે ઓફ કેમ્બેમાં મળે છે. એટલે કહી શકાય કે સ્લોપ કેવો છે, પાણી જે બાજુ નીચી જગ્યા હોય ત્યાં જાય, એટલે સ્લોપ ઓફ ધ માલવા પ્લેટુ ઇઝ નોર્થ ટુ સાઉથ. દેન દેર આર અધર રિવર્સ, રાઈટ? રિવર ચંબલ, બેટવા, સાબરમતી, રાઈટ? દેન okay, are the famous rivers, right? Yamuna means Betwa emerging from Vindhyachal and flow northwards and meet river Yamuna. તો બેટવા નામની જે રિવર છે એ એકલી યમુના તરફ જાય છે કારણ કે એ બાજુનો આગળનો જે પાર્ટ છે એનો સ્લોપ ઈસ્ટર્ન બાજુ છે. સો ધીસ ઇઝ વોટ ધ માલવા પ્લેટુ ઇઝ. નાવ ડિકેન પ્લેટુ. The Deccan Plateau is situated to the south of Satpura, Mahadev and Maikal ranges which are located to the south of the Malwa Plateau. The northern western parts of plateau are composed of lava deposits. On the western side, its border is demarcated by Western Ghats which run north-south along the Arabian Sea coast. It has several local names, it known as Sahyadri in Maharashtra and Karnataka, and Nilgiri in Tamil Nadu, as Annamalai and Kardam ranges along the border of Kerala and Tamil Nadu. The southern portion of Western Ghats is more lofty. Generally, the average height of Deccan Plateau ranges between 900 to 1000 meters, but at a few places it exceeds that height. Few isolation hills having more than 900 meters of height from the eastern boundary of this plateau. This is called Eastern Ghats. It has a general slope towards southeast, which is evident from the direction of the flow of the rivers, except rivers Narmada and Tapi, which flow westwards. Most of the rivers of Deccan Plateau flow eastwards and meet the Bay of Bengal. So, if you start to talk about Malwa Plateau, that means plateau that is in northern side of India, southern side of India, right? It starts by Maharashtra. આપણે જો માલવા પ્લેટુની વાત કરીએ, ડિકન પ્લેટુની વાત કરીએ તો ઇટ સ્ટાર્ટ્સ ફ્રોમ રાઈટ મહારાષ્ટ્ર and ends to Tamil Nadu, right? As I show you in the map. હમણાં આપણે જે ફર્સ્ટમાં ફિગર નંબર 14.2 હતું એમાં જોયું કે જે માલવા પ્લેટ જે આપણું ડિકેન પ્લેટુ છે સાઉથ ઇન્ડિયામાં આવેલું એ સ્ટાર્ટ થાય છે મહારાષ્ટ્રથી અને આખું એનો એક્સપાન્સ થઈ અને તમિલનાડુમાં એન્ડ થાય છે. એમાં જે સ્લોપ્સ છે બરાબર એ ઈસ્ટર્ન બાજુનો છે અને એ અરેબિયન સીના કિનારે કિનારે એ ડેવલપ છે બરાબર. એના લોકલ નેમ્સ છે. કર્ણાટકમાં એને સહ્યાદ્રી ઇન મહારાષ્ટ્ર, મહારાષ્ટ્રમાં એને સહ્યાદ્રી હિલ્સ કહે છે અને કર્ણાટક અને મહારાષ્ટ્રમાં સહ્યાદ્રી હિલ્સ કહે છે. નીલગિરી હિલ્સ તમિલનાડુમાં કહે છે. અનામલાઈ and Karadam ranges along with the border of Kerala and Tamil Nadu. Okay, average height is 900 to 1000 meters. Then hills and 900 meters. So these are what the thing is. And except river Narmada, all the rivers of Deccan Plateau flow eastwards and meet Bay of Bengal. Okay. So this is what about today's. Now coastal plains, right? So peninsular plateau is surrounded by narrow belt of plains from Kutch to Odisha. It is divided into western and eastern coastal plains. The Westcote plain is spread from Gujarat to Kerala. Except in Gujarat, the plains is mostly narrow. It is very much undulating and is known as Malabar coast to the south of Goa. West Coast rivers have developed creek at the estuaries. Most of these creeks are submerged valley under river water. These are formed due to the emergence of seashore. It provides a favorable condition for fisheries. There are many natural ports on the western coast, which includes Mumbai and Marmakau. Backwaters have developed along the southern coast of Kerala, and these are known as Kayal in the local language. East Coast Plains is much broader than the West Coast Plain. There is substantial alluvial depositions in the deltas of Kaveri, Krishna, Godavari, and Mahanadi. Its northern coast is known as North Sirkar coast, and the Tamil Nadu coast is known as Coromandel coast. So if we start to talk about coastal plains, right, then we can say that the plains near by the sea, right, or a plain regions, right, near the sea shore, that is called coastal plains. So it starts from Kutch and ends to Kolkata, right, because our South India is surrounded by the sea. So South India માં આપણે જોઈએ તો બે ઓફ કચ્છથી લઈ અને બે ઓફ બંગાળમાં બરાબર આપણે કલકત્તા સુધી, વિશાખાપટ્ટનમ, કલકત્તા બરાબર, એ બધા જે ફેમસ પોર્ટ્સ છે ત્યાં સુધી પ્લેન્સ આવેલા છે. અને ત્યાં શું છે, પોર્ટ કેન બી ડેવલપ્ડ એન્ડ વેરી ફેવરેબલ very favorable geography and circumstances for fisheries, right, fishery industries and fisheries. So there have a local names પણ આના છે બરાબર. It known as Kayal in Kerala, while if we talked about right other parts, right, then it known as North Sirkar coast, and the Tamil Nadu coast is known as Coromandel coast. So these are the local names of these coastal plains. So if you have any problem regards today's video, right, don't hesitate. You can WhatsApp me your problem, or you can you can WhatsApp me your problem, or you can phone me, and clarify your doubts. Thank you thank you very much. Right, I'm going to send you the next video at the end of this lesson. Okay, thank you very much.